you were born in Switzerland, is that right? And then moved to
Yes,
Holland?
I was born in Switzerland, and when I was 6 I moved to Holland. And, well, this year I moved to England. So.
And can you remember, do you consider yourself Swiss or Dutch?
No, I consider myself Dutch. Both my parents were born in Holland, and they moved to Switzerland for work. And well, I was born there, but well, they wanted us, me and my brother, to grow up in Holland, so we moved back to Holland. And I don't have a Swiss passport or anything. I'm just a Dutch guy. And
do you remember moving back? Was it a big appeal for you? Because you must have started school in Switzerland.
Yeah, I just started school in Switzerland, so I can't remember how I felt about it. But well, when you're young, you just get in the class and you get friends quite easily. So I don't think it was a real big deal. But of course, when you move, it's still quite a big change. But of course, we could speak Dutch because we spoke Dutch at home, so it wasn't that hard for us.
Okay. And your parents were migrants, weren't they? They moved to Switzerland for work?
Yeah, they played volleyball, and they both played in Switzerland. First in Holland and then in Switzerland, and afterwards my father worked in Switzerland. So yeah, they lived there 16 years, I think. So well, and I lived there 6 years.
Okay. So you'd be in favour of people being able to move freely around the world and
well, yeah,
not suffer racism if they come from a different country?
No, yeah, I think everybody should be free in where they want to live, and of course, not everybody can live in one country, so we have to divide it. And I think well, you have to be as normal as you can against anybody.
In terms of racism, have you encountered that growing up in Holland? Is any black kids at school or within football?
Well, yeah, of course. We had players and even in school, kids from different nationalities. And I think I have even 3-4 friends who are also different. Well, they're Dutch, but so different skin color. And well, when I used to grow up, I played football with a lot of different nationalities, a lot of different skin colors, of different guys. And so for me, it's quite normal to be in a surrounding with different nationalities.
And what about religions? Have you played with Muslim players?
Yeah, also with Muslim players. I grew up with a guy who is Muslim, and oh yeah, I think everybody should choose what they believe.
You mentioned you mentioned playing for Ajax. Could you say about any racism you encountered?
Well, we had not a lot, and I don't think big things. But yeah, there was one time I think there was I think it was Banana, I'm not sure, something on the field, and well, as a team we ignored it. We were winning, of course, and they're trying to get you out of the game, and yeah, it's difficult. For me, it's difficult to tell what I feel about it because it doesn't involve me, but it's hard to say how other players can react to that. And I think, well, that time it went quite well, and the player reacted quite well to it, and he said, well, they're just trying to get me out the game, and I'll continue playing and we win, and then we'll get them back like that. So I think that was a good reaction.
Can you remember where you were playing? Was it in?
I was at Ajax at the moment, and in Holland I don't think we had a lot of big racism conflicts on the field, so I think that's a good thing, and we have a lot of different cultures in Holland. So, well, I hope it'll stay that way, and well, hopefully next coming years we won't have any racism on the pitch anywhere.
In terms of advice to young people who are suffering from racism, maybe in a classroom situation, in a school situation, what would you say to a young person who's getting, maybe because of their religion, maybe they're a Muslim, or because of their skin colour?
What I would say?
What advice would you give them?
It's a really difficult one. I haven't really thought about it. Well, what I would say is that, well, it's of course, for me, it's different to say than a kid who gets involved with racism, but I would say, well, don't let them get to you, and probably it's because you're doing good, or you're being good at something, and most of the times it's that people want to get you down, or are jealous of what your accomplishments are. So I'd say to them, just continue doing what you do and try to ignore the people that are trying to get you down.
Could you just say something about, with regards to your, it's a multicultural country, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think Holland is a multicultural country, and you can see it in football also. A lot of Dutch players come from different environments. They're still Dutch, but like Frank Rijkaard, Ruud Gullit, Patrick Kluivert, all played for the Dutch national team, and but have different skin color, and I think they've done really well for Holland. And I think different types of human beings can make a team better. So I think that's a good thing, and still you see it in the national team in Holland and everywhere in Holland. I think a lot of different cultures, and I think that it's going quite well.
And is it a tolerant society? Is there a tolerance for other religions, or is there more racism?
No, of course you get some conflicts everywhere with people most of the time that do bad things, and when you do bad things you get pushed in a corner quite quickly, and I don't think we should do that. We should just look at people that do bad things and not look at where they're from. So I think that happens a little bit too much still, but I think in Holland we've accepted a lot of different cultures, and still are accepting a lot of different cultures. Yeah, and I think in football you see that as well. I think you get involved with different cultures, different people, and I think that also makes you better as a human being. You learn more from different cultures, and I think I play with Muslims and also other religions, and guys from everywhere around the world, from South America, Africa, Asia, and well, you get to learn a lot of things, and you get to not learn the language, hear the languages, but also learn their habits, and it's nice to see other people in other religions, even in the dressing room, and helping each other out and trying to win games. Geef racisme de rode kaart. Show racism the red card.